Good morning, interwebs. Today it's very early. Um, I apologize for not making a video yesterday. I feel like I'm apologizing for not making videos a lot. I think the thing is, my ideal would be to make a video every day, to upload a video every single day. Um, but unfortunately, sometimes it's just not possible. I mean, yesterday morning, 7 o'clock, my brother was at my house. We had to check his power supply, and um, because his PC got, well, I feel like this is slightly too early in the morning for this. Um, but yeah, um, his power supply, his PC got knocked out by lightning. Well, technically his ADSL got knocked out by lightning, and thus something happened with his PC, and it just, well, stopped working. So he came over to see, to check power supplies, swap mine out, put it in his, and so on and so forth. It does seem like he needs a motherboard, so if any of you guys know where I can get a motherboard for 3rd gen i7, please let me know. um, yeah, that's the LGA 1155 socket. Um, but yeah, that brings us, sorry, I keep forgetting to introduce myself in these videos, which is something that I'm apparently supposed to do. So, good morning, I'm Bearclaw. Yeah, I'm Bearclaw, and yeah, this is Bearclaw's morning coffee, as you can see. Actually, you couldn't see that. Wow, my cup is glowing for some reason on my screen, I don't know why. Technically, it's a mug and not a cup, though. But anyways, yeah, so that brings us actually to what I want to talk about today, and that is, it's similar to the Southern video that I am yet to upload, because I'm not sure if I want to, because that's just, um, wait, no, did I upload the Southern video? Yeah, I think I did. But anyways, it's gonna be relatively simple, um, relatively similar, sorry. It's very early in the morning, it's just past 7. And there's my dog. I'm using this as a mirror behind me, but it's not. Um, but yeah. So today I'm gonna talk about a bit about PCs and gaming and so on, and in a way how it has changed since, like, I mean, I had a decent PC when I was in still at school and so on, and I upgraded my PC when I was grade 10. I got myself a better graphics card, a better network card, and so forth. Didn't really do anything with the motherboard or CPU, because I mean, the what at that stage Gen 3 was still fine, because Gen 4 I think just came out. Um, I had a Gen 3 quad core i5, which is more than most minimum requirements on any games, or better than most of the minimum requirements. And I have 4 gigs of RAM, which was fine for the time. And then I bought myself Saints Row the Third, and I required a better graphics card, because I mean, it's an awesome game, but my PC kept overheating when I tried to play it. Granted, I only had a total of 2 fans in my PC, which was my CPU fan and my back fan, which is not enough. I'm busy working on it. I actually installed a new fan yesterday, and I have a small one for the front somewhere. I just need to find it so I can put that in as well. Although I'm not sure I have space for it. Oh no, I have a 4-pin mini one. supposed to have more than one 4-pin fan. But anyways, not the point. Um, but yeah, so I bought myself a nice little MSI Radeon. What's the R 5670 or 6670 or something like that. I have the box just there. I was working with my graphics card the whole of yesterday. Um, because my fan stopped working. In I think around about 2015, my graphics card fan stopped working, and I tried and I mean I bought that graphics card on special in 2012. Um, and it's a great graphics card. I mean, it has 2 gigs of dedicated graphic virtual RAM, or no, not it's actual. Well, 2 gigs of dedicated GPU RAM, 128-bit, 3.6 gigahertz processor. Anyways, I can't remember the exact specs, but it's a real decent graphics card, especially for the time. Wait, no, I have. Whoa, whoa. Come on. Sorry, there's a dustbin right there. Um, yeah. So yeah, that stopped working. So now yesterday, me and my brother went to quite a few shops around us. Luckily, we are privileged to have quite a lot of PC shops and so on in the immediate area. I mean, I think I have 3 in like a 5K radius. Um, so which is very very nice. That's excluding normal PC shops that's in malls and that are in malls and stuff like that. This is dedicated PC, mostly gaming shops. Thank you. And yeah, we went around there, and all I want is just for someone to check out what's wrong with my fan and fix it. But they're just all granted. It's sort of the whole consumer trend that is currently there. Like, if something's broken, don't try and fix it, just replace it because it's easier. Um, but yeah, I bought my graphics card. Like I said, it wasn't special and everything. But I bought my graphics card for 900 Rand. Now I understand that 900 Rand, what, 8 years ago? 6 years ago. 6 years ago, yeah, it's 6 years ago. Anyways, 6 years ago was a lot more than 900 Rand is today. But 900 bucks for a graphics card is still not really not a lot. But like I said in the cell phone video, even with technology getting easier to make, and components becoming cheaper, more available, and all of that, if I want to replace that graphics card, exactly the same specs, everything, still DDR3 and all of that, also AMD and all of that, it's gonna cost me around about 2.5 grand. Now, if you did quick maths like I just did with this thing, that's more than 3 times that I paid for it. Actually, that's just under 3 times what I paid for it. Sorry, I did the math on 800 and not 900 for no apparent reason. Well, it was 899, but still, which kind of I don't really get it. I mean, I get I get like it's apparently very difficult to import stuff to South Africa, and so on. So I get that, but still, almost 3 times the amount that I paid for an old graphics card. because I mean at that stage it was already a year old. Um, to replace that now with a 3-year-old graphics card, because I can't get the exact same model with a 3-year-old graphics card, and it's gonna cost me almost 3 times more, which in my brain just doesn't want to make sense. But that's not really what I want to talk to you guys about. What I want to talk to you about, even though I've been out of the gaming world, I used to be quite the Call of Duty player back in the day. Um, but yeah, obviously since my graphics card isn't working, there's not a lot that I can do. And even now, my graphics card is still is installed again. And I'm running through it again because I added the fan specifically for the graphics card, which is blowing nice cool air onto the graphics card, but it's still not really helping. It's just bringing it down from 102 degrees to 98 degrees. When I'm playing Need for Speed Most Wanted, which came out in 2008 or 9, I think, if it wasn't before that, on medium graphics. I had to switch my computer down, well, the game down to 800 by 600, just to be able to play the game without maybe damaging my graphics card, which is wrong, which is just plain wrong. But yeah, today I'm going to try a bit of compressed air, and apparently there's some lubricant or something that I can spray on it. Maybe that'll help, because the grease gets stuck and whatever. But I mean, it's still, I mean, I spin it, it still spins. A bit more difficult than it should, but still it spins. I mean, I have a serious feeling that it's just some wire somewhere that's just gone, or I don't know. But yeah, and that was been 12 minutes of absolutely nothing. So we went to go check out if we can get my brother a new motherboard for his, because I mean, he's still happy. He's not really hardcore gaming or anything. He doesn't really need a better PC. But like for him to, well, first of all, it's almost impossible these days to get a motherboard for a generation 3 or 4 Intel CPU, by the way, in case any of you want it. If any of you have one, please, like I said in the start of the video, please let me know. If you're in South Africa, I'm not gonna pay international shipping costs on a motherboard. Then I might as well just buy an upgrade kit or whatever. And then it's sort of a question that I have, like the first gen. I might be wrong in this aspect though, but this is what I was able to see yesterday when researching new motherboards with upgrade kits, which is essentially a motherboard, a CPU and RAM if needed, and which is a lot cheaper than buying them separately. By the way, I have no idea why, but I can get a Generation 7 i5 with a decent motherboard and 4 gigs of RAM for around about 5,000 rand. Whereas if I just want to buy the i5, I'm paying 12. I don't really get it. I don't at all. It does not make sense. But hey, but the first gen used a socket that was called what 1151, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it was either 1151 or 1156. The funny thing to me is that well, if it was the 1156, the 5th and 6th gen processors use a 1156 socket, and the newest ones use a 1151, which I'm just like, okay, So if you're using the same socket as before, did you just in the meantime realize that the socket that you made for third and fourth was wrong? Or what happened? Why do they change the sockets? Granted, I get like it's obviously going to be some compatibility issues if you get a brand new i7 and chuck it into your 10-year-old motherboard. I mean, yes, I get that, but just make that incompatible. Um, and just put a warning, like, listen, do not put above this in the motherboard. Um, like, if they're reverting back to a previous socket system, or socket type, or whatever you want to call it, why make a socket? Why do they make all the different sockets? I mean, I get it's to make you upgrade and all of that, but there's a lot of people out there that do not game, that do not need this high-end brand spanking new PC, and yet you can't get your relatively old PC, which is still 100% fine. I mean, my PC was I bought my PC in I think 2010 or 11. I bought it from my dad, and he bought it obviously a year or so before that. Um, which in my brain makes no sense. But anyways, it's not the point. My PC is old. It's properly old, especially in computer terms. I mean, you can go out now and buy the best newest technology, everything in now. As soon as you leave the shop, it's outdated. It's not the top of the range anymore. That's how quickly technology gets better um, these days. And I've completely lost my train of thought. um, yeah, and like when you're just a normal user, I mean, there's a lot of people that just use the old desktops because laptops weren't really a viable thing a few years ago. Laptops were like it was like iPads a few years ago as well. They were sort of reserved for people with money or high-powered corporate people or people working in IT. That's around about the people that actually had laptops or decent laptops at the very least. Um, and and then the rich kids who had the Alienware, and that was before the time of Republic of Gamers and all of that. Um, and like, there's a lot of people, and I probably when I upgrade my PC, when I now start getting salary and everything in the new year, like, I'm probably gonna do the same. I'm gonna use my old PC as a media hub for my TV, so that we can just upload videos or pictures and movies and stuff like that to that hard drive and then watch it from the TV. And there's a lot of people that do that, but then something goes wrong on that PC. And then you have to buy a new PC for 7 grand to watch movies on your TV without a streaming service. Like, I'm sorry, but what? I just feel like they should have like a. I do understand they do have entry-level packages, but there's a huge difference in performance between entry-level packages and mid-level packages. I mean, entry-level is still Core 2 Duos and stuff like that you can buy. Somebody Nia. Nia. Sorry, my dog's being naughty. Simba. Nia. Fucking dogs. I love them, but damn. Sometimes I just wish it could be more like a cat. Like, Simba, come on. Sorry. I'm gonna try my best to edit that out. Um, but yeah, the entry level packages are like Core 2 Duos and stuff. The stuff that I saw now. and that's not a great processor. I mean, you can't really watch, out of experience, you can't really watch full HD movies without getting that whole gray screen and then pixelating it back until a full screen image. That's what happens. And then one step up from that, well, it's a Core i3 these days, but that's still, I mean, I can pick up a fine Core 2 Duo PC for $900, but a entry-level i3, or supposedly mid-level i3, which is really not very powerful, is going to cost me around about 3.5, 4 grand. Like, why? I mean, I get stopping production of the old stuff, making new stuff, but I mean, come on, it's Intel. They probably made millions of every gen's processors, so I'm pretty sure they have thousands of them still lying around there. Just sell them. Because when I still used to work at a PC shop, and when I was grade 11 or something, worked at a PC shop that has gone belly up in the meantime. Bit of fraud and everything going on there. So much fun. By the assistant manager, by the way, not even the owner. But yeah, like when the new generation comes in, that's fine. But if you still have your first gen, and then you get your third gen, as soon as you get the third gen, you send the first gens back to Intel, or back to your distributor who sends it back to Intel. And like, I mean, they have all of those. It's not like they, I'm guessing they melted them down for silicon or copper or something, but doesn't it cost them more to use that than to just keep on selling them? I mean, with stuff like RAM, it's completely different. I can still go out and buy DDR3 RAM. I mean, I saw yesterday one guy bought DDR2 RAM at a high-end PC shop that we were at, and I'm just like, DDR2. My PC is old, and I don't even have a slot for DDR2 RAM anymore. Like, that's very old technology. That's like Pentium style things that's happening there. And but yet you can't get old CPUs. And I feel like that's where AMD might have, and I'm not promoting anything. I mean, I buy what I can afford. If it's AMD, if it's Intel, not a huge fan of Nvidia's user interface. So I will probably go AMD with graphics card and stuff like that, just out of preference. But there's not a big price difference usually between Nvidia and AMD graphics card wise. So that really comes down to preference. But I don't really care if it's AMD. I have no idea what AMD's processors are called. And Radeon I know is the graphics cards, but yeah. I don't care if I have an AMD or a Intel chipset in my motherboard, or if I have a hexa-core or quad-core, or I'm not going to go back to dual-core though, but if it works, it works. And if I can afford it, I can afford it. That's where I am. Like, I'm not going to now stop and save all my money to buy a 17 grand PC. I will maybe do that once I have a better bass amp and and stuff like that. Like, there's a few other things that I need to buy first. And like, I need a new phone. I actually, it sounds weird, but I actually do need a new iPad. For church music and so on. But yeah, 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 yeah. Let me just go give him his tire again. Yeah. So why is there that huge disparity between entry level and mid level? And I don't know. If anybody who actually makes select computer components start making CPUs and stuff for people that just want something slightly better than entry level, but don't have. Well, I saw an i3 PC yesterday, 4 gigs of RAM because that's what Windows now requires. But yeah, no graphics card, i3, like a relatively entry level PC. And it costs 7 grand for no logical reason in my brain. I get that if you buy the CPU on its own, it's 9 or 10 grand, which still makes no sense to me as to why, if you buy it on its own, it's so much more expensive than when you buy that and a motherboard and RAM. I don't know. But yeah, so if someone's watching this that actually makes computer components, there's your market. Between Intel's entry level and Intel's mid-entry level. Because there's around about a 2.5 grand gap there. If it's not more. I think the 3.5 grand PC that I saw was actually a decent PC for the price, like a really good PC for the price. It's not a great, powerful PC or anything like that, but it's decent. I mean, it will do most anything that the general public would want. I mean, it's not like, well, you can actually go play WoW on it. WoW apparently do not care if your system can actually handle the game or not. They're just like, nah, no, buy this, play this. If you can't, oh well, it's your shit. You already paid for it. Enjoy your random month of not being able to play WoW after you've paid for it. I don't know. But yeah, I think that has more or less been my shtick for today. I don't feel like I've really said anything, but it's fine. I mean, this is just for me to talk and for you to listen if you want to. Yeah. Today Wednesday. Okay. I don't know. In my brain, yesterday was Monday. But yeah. So yeah, I feel like there's more that I need to say, but this video is getting very close to half an hour long, and I'm trying to actually shorten my videos. So, and I'm sorry about the random. I can't control the sun. I'm very sorry. But yeah. So this has been me. I've been Bearclaw. You have been the interwebers. And I'm not gonna down my coffee. It's a half a cup. And yes, it is still warm. I have no idea how, but it is still warm. But yeah, if you guys have any, sorry, I might need to sneeze now. Ugh. If you guys have any, there we go. If you guys have any suggestions or tips or things that you guys want me to talk about, please drop a comment down below. And then if you want to like, comment, and subscribe, do you like my towel? Like, comment, and subscribe, and then actually a specific different question that I'm gonna do this for. These videos, like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to upload any videos between this week Friday, which I think is the 21st. Yeah, it's the 21st. Up until I think we get back on the 3rd. I won't be able to upload any videos since I will be out of the country, and data is very, very expensive in Botswana. And for some reason, every single one of these videos that I've made are somewhere between 1.5 gigs and 2 gigs. So if any of you have any suggestions on how I can make that smaller, because I mean I have full. This is recorded in 720, by the way, and I have full HD hour-long episodes of series, like proper 1080 and whatever, that aren't that big. um, that's like 700 megs or something like that. If any of you can give me, I don't know, some way that I can make my videos smaller in actual size, like this video is already 2.5 gig. Anyway, on how I can make that smaller to also fasten to quicken the uploads and all of that, please, please, please drop me a comment, because this I'm just this is using up a lot of my PC space, so storage space. Sorry. Um, but yeah, cool. I've been Bearclaw. You have been the interwebbers. I know I've already said this, but anyways, this has been Bearclaw's morning coffee.